Hello and welcome to Hockey Time on Memory the Video Productions. I'm
Mike on the wing, centering pass, backhand score!
Go in, Scooter with it, sends it across for Kane, and it's in the net, and they have a power play goal!
The other point, big shot, right on, and the glove save! Neal having words with Campbell, and now Mario steps in there, and now all chaos breaks loose.
Faces to center right, where he is bombed by his teammates from Lemonster.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Hockey Night in Plainville here for tonight's D1 roller hockey action between Allies and Big Knife. I'm Dean Cornelio. I'm joined by Joe Quinn and Kevin Barbosa running the show behind the camera for us. This is the first game of the new season for the winter session here at Plainville Indoor Sports Arena. We're talking about two teams that were in a bit of a different scenario last season coming off the fall session. The Allies had a great year. They were 7-2-1. They scored 65 goals. They were scoring at will. Big Knife came in 5-5. They missed the playoffs for the first time in a while. They just missed. They were tied with the fourth place team, the Dragons, and missed the playoffs. They scored half of what the Allies' output was for last season. They scored just 32 goals. And the big story here, as was when we brought you a broadcast last season, was Mike Bradigo playing against his old Allies teammates. Bradigo played 5 seasons with the Allies. Last season, he joined Big Knife because there were no spots remaining with the Allies by the time he was ready to return. So him and Joey Delgado have had some fun with it. Last season, it was Delgado who got the better of him. Delgado scored actually the game-winning goal in the 2-1 win that Bradigo played against the Allies. Big Knife losing that game 2-1. Bradigo did score for his Big Knife team. This game, the beginning of this season, a bit different outlook for both squads. Could be a little bit of a role reversal offensively, actually, because you've got Big Knife now coming in with a totally retooled roster. They get back a gentleman by the name of Dennis Loper for this game. He missed last season. He had 15 goals and 25 points the previous season, so he was out. And the last game we did with you when Big Knife played the Allies, Big Knife was without Mike Mazzone, its second leading scorer. Mazzone had 14 goals, 15 total points last season. He's expected to be here tonight, and of course Bradigo as well. So they have a retooled roster and have always been strong in net with Dan Sisson. The Allies come into their new season without 4 of their top scorers. So that's going to present quite a challenge offensively for the Allies. They'll be without Evan Hill, without Brian Curran, who is now moved on and joined the Salty Dogs. They moved up into D1. The leading scorer, he's gone. He's with the Salty Dogs, who are now in the same division. Mike Kelsey won't be here either. Kelsey had 18 goals on the season last year. And Brian Watrous, solid defenseman, not here either. So, again, the Allies have brought in a couple players. A.J. Benning, who will be wearing number 4 tonight. Jeff Herget also expected to provide some offense for this Allies team. Eric Lazinski will be here as well. He was one of the top scorers of the team last year, 18 points. So it should be interesting. Can the Allies defense contain the retooled Big Knife offense? That's really going to be the key. And Julio Alves has to have a strong game in net for the Allies. So we're going to be back with the opening face-off. It's the Allies. It's Big Knife opening draw that's coming up next. We are back, ready for the start of play here from Plainville. Julio Alves not out yet, so the Allies team is going to start with 5 players. Jeff Herget taking the draw. He's wearing 77 in the Bruins jersey. Gets it over to A.J. Benning, who gets it deep. That's picked up by 99 Brian Jones, and quickly a whistle. Matt Savoy taps it with his stick on the wing. So Allies waiting for Alves. Their goaltender allows about 4.5 goals a game on average, but certainly need him against, as I mentioned in the opening, that Big Knife offense, which expects big production. Turnaround, slapper deflected, and another whistle. Exactly what the Allies want as they await their goaltender. We understand he is here, but just hasn't finished getting suited up yet. Allies with just 7 on the bench. 7 total, I should say. Allies use a timeout, so smart use of the timeout by Joey Delgado, trying to give enough time for Alves to come out so that they can play with 4 and their goaltender. Cole Jarowski tonight wearing number 66. He's usually number 19. He is in the lineup. And so the timeout came 14 seconds into play. And here we go. Not only did they get the goalie, but they got another skater. And that's Brian Talbot skating out as well. So everybody appears to be ready and accounted for finally, as we see Alves in our picture. Face off in the Big Knife zone, and here we go, one back. That shot is blocked. Jarowski with the opportunity. Here's Herget. Plays it behind the net. AJ Benning calling for it. It's been a while since AJ's been on skates. He tried to kick that one forward to himself. AJ played for a long time when he was younger. The son of Jim Benning, number 3. That shot is a routine save for Sisson. Savoy, the ball bounces to Delgado, stepping up. It's Jarowski. Jarowski with it now. Looking for Herget. Herget works it clear of the Big Knife defense. Benning gets the pass, shoots it, and it was deflected over the net off the glass behind the cage. Jones carrying for Big Knife. That one off of Delgado. Rolls in wide of Alves. Trying to stuff it in, and they do. That one snuck in. John Proleski, number 23, with the goal for Big Knife. So that is one that certainly Alves would like back. That was not a strong goal against. As you see it there, somehow just able to put it. Looked like Alves had the side covered, but Proleski's going to get credit. Proleski only had 3 goals all of last season, but he makes it 1-0 Big Knife, and that is not the way the Allies wanted to start, trailing 2:31 into play and primarily having control the first couple of minutes. Blazinski. Now, Eric Blazinski has a bit of a bet going today with Joey Delgado as captain. He insists that he's promised to score more goals than the Bills and Raiders combined for touchdowns here in the same time span today. So we'll see if that really happens. Slapping wide, rebound behind him, ball is loose. And how did that not go in? That is one that should have gone in. It was behind Alves. Jeremy Zygmunt right in the goal crease. The ball was there. He could be there. And you'll see it right there. The ball is loose. All he has to do is tap it in. And somehow Alves able to turn around and get the glove on it. Wow. I guess that makes up for the first one, because that one should not have been stopped. So crazy carom off the back though. Blazinski on the face-off. Shoots it forward, and Matt Roberts is there for Big Knife. Carrying up, couple of moves. Flip pass behind his man, intended for Loper. That's Loper, the man you got to watch out for Big Knife. Loper wearing 57. Big presence in the middle. Opening 3 minutes. 1-0 Big Knife. Jim Benning plays it around. Rieger. That on pad save by Alves. Jarowski will shoot wide. Calling for it was Blazinski banging his stick on the floor. He got a backhand off after the fact. A.J. Benning, who Delgado hopes will provide some offense today in light of those 4 players I mentioned between not being here and no longer with the organization. His pass was gloved down. Now it's Delgado. Delgado had 12 points last year. He's tripped up by the forecheck of Roberts. Good play by Sisson, very active in that net. Herget. And a shot, he scores! Benning. That's AJ. And the 2 players that Delgado brings in pays off. Here with 7:02 to go in the first period to tie the game. You'll see it there, the slapper from the blue line. I think he caught Sisson by surprise. I don't know that Sisson expected that from A.J. Benning. But it's tied at 1, so each goalie would like their respective goal back, the one that each of them has given up. So fit to be tied, we're 1-1. Nice backhand pass by Savoy. Savoy had 10 points last season. That was intended for Proleski, who has the team's goal so far. That's Bradigo. Now Bradigo, as the trash talking continued even into this morning, did his best Ivan Drago, as you think back of the Rocky movies, and simply wrote to Delgado, "You will lose," with a picture of Drago attached. So the banter continues to go back and forth from last season to this. Bradigo, in fact, predicted a 4-2 Big Knife win today. So we'll see. Oh, we've got a hooking penalty. The call on Herget. Players certainly don't agree with that one. But Allies will be short-handed. Herget for hooking. 6 minutes to go, opening period. Game tied at 1. Savoy has to battle with A.J. Benning, who keeps it between his feet. Nice job killing some clock. Also battling in there. Look out. Going to the net. Brian Talbot battling as well for the Allies. He's wearing number 13 tonight. Normally wears number 3. But Allies had to wear their dark jerseys tonight. So everybody's got a different number. Minute 2 remaining on the Herget penalty. Loper sends it back. That shot just underneath us here. Jarowski played it to the center. Roberts will shoot short side. Alves got a piece. Delgado smartly plays it to Jarowski. Nice flip pass. A.J. Benning will kill some time down the other end. A.J. smartly tries to, well, he tried to put it between his skates. He couldn't that time. Allows a Big Knife breakout. Nice play by Jarowski. And A.J. Benning will slap it down the deck. Just over 20 seconds left on the minor. 5 minutes to go, first period. 1-1. Drop pass. Walking in, shot, missed short side. Up top, the shot, and getting the waffle on it was Alves. Loper the opportunity. Delgado. Joey on his backhand, goes forehand, had it knocked away. Penalty time over. Big Knife, Allies back to full strength. As Herget steps on, missing the net was Loper. Delgado will break for the Allies. Delgado tries to split the pair. Loper knocked it away. Loper with it now. Teammate calling for it. Centering that one off of Delgado's skate. And here comes Jarowski. Cole couldn't get around Mr. Roberts, who bumps Rieger and then gets the ball past Eric Blazinski. Here's Jim Benning. Nice to see Jim back. Jim was out for some time. That was very nonchalantly played by Sisson. Jim was out some time with some health complications, but nice to see him back here. Stuff attempt denied by Sisson. Sisson had an 87.5% save percentage last year. Allowed just over 4 goals a game last season for Big Knife. Backhander by Savoy, missed the net. And this one comes up right near us. I thought I was going to get a souvenir, hoping to get it signed, and that didn't happen. And so face off in front of us. Blazinski wins it cleanly. Jim Benning, oh, nice play to knock that down, but it goes over the wall there, and the face-off will come outside. Great hand-eye coordination, though, by John Pileski to knock that out. Pileski has the lone Big Knife goal. A.J. Benning, the Allies goal. And that's where we stand right now, late in the first. Benning paired with Talbot. Rieger looking for Blazinski. Here's Jim Benning. Talbot fanned on it. Talbot off the wall. Bradigo. Sisson plays it to the corner. Blazinski in pursuit, so Bradigo went D to D. Just over 2.5 to play first period. Bradigo looking to get another one against his old team. Bradigo in 5 seasons had 21 goals, 23 helpers with the Allies, and also won a championship in D1. Now he's looking to give his old team its first loss against him. The Allies swept the season series last year, but the Allies, despite an excellent 7-2-1 record, were upset in the playoffs by the Shamrocks, who went on to win their second straight playoff title. Slapping wide, number 77, Herget. Bradigo takes the shot, blocked by Benning. Here's Herget, 2-on-1 with Benning. Herget to Benning. Benning shoots it. Sisson got a piece of it, goes up in the air, and we get the whistle. So nice work there in the 2-on-1. Herget and Jim Benning. That would have been nice for Jim. He didn't get a goal last season, but again, I mentioned limited time for him. Just good to get him back on skates again. And nice for him to be playing with his son AJ here this afternoon, who's filling in, helping out the Allies. Delgado hooked. That one goes wide. And Benning will get it back to the line. Zygmunt. That's Mazzone. Mike Mazzone wearing 32. Delgado flips it back here for Cole Jarowski. Loper thought about a stick check, didn't bother. And that one, again, over the net, over everything. And the whistle, 1:04 to play here in the first period. Game tied at 1. A good one so far. This game is brought to you by the Radio Dance Show, the world's leading authority on movies and television. Catch the show weeknights from 11 p.m. to midnight on TalkRadioX.com. Again, Dean Cornelio with Joe Quinn, Kevin Barbosa here, doing the real work behind the camera for us. Turnover, Jarowski shoots, and a good stop by Sisson as Jarowski tried to go stick side. Good opportunities. He played it off the boards and then made a little room for himself. And that's the side A.J. Benning scored on, and why not let Jarowski give it a shot as well? Herget tries to win it forward, put it right on goal. A.J. Jarowski back to A.J. Benning. 30 seconds now to play, first period. Delgado goes back across. Jarowski. He'll shoot again, and good stop by Sisson with Herget standing right in his way. Sisson catches it, doesn't let the rebound out, or else Herget was there to pounce on it. Sisson has been one of the best goalies in the league. He always gives the Allies a hard time, regularly making the tough saves look easy. And now with this serious offense in front of him, as we were mentioning, you can imagine the damage they might do this season. But last season was just more of a disappointment for them as time runs out. Time runs out in the first period. A good one, as I mentioned, 1-1. But this is a team that missed the playoffs. They don't miss the playoffs very much. The season before, they were 7-3 and had an excellent season. So that's what we'd expect more of. The shots in the first period, favor the Allies. 13-10 over Big Knife. So Allies have to be happy with that. Again, not sure what to expect, and their offense has held its own considering the manpower it's lacking. Again, the scoring in the first period. John Proleski at the 2:31 mark. And for the Allies, A.J. Benning at 3:58. Herget with an assist on that as he left the ball, sent it back along the boards to the blue line, and A.J. just let a cannon go that caught Sisson off guard. So, start of the second period. The official Jim Sabatini lets some folks off the deck, and we are underway. Savoy in the face-off circle. Ball is dropped against Blazinski. And here's Jim Benning, leaves it. Backhand pass in front. Radigo plays it low, shot goes wide. Zygmunt with the opportunity. Zygmunt had that wide open chance in the first period. He's going to have nightmares about that one later. Rieger.
Go, Brian.
Rieger's got it again. Takes the shot, pad save, rebound try denied. Rieger again missed the net. Rieger had one shot. Blazinski a second opportunity. Sisson closed the door twice. The rebound, a very favorable one, came right out into the slot area. And Rieger doesn't get too many goals for herself. That was a golden opportunity. And on the second one, she missed the net. So, and that one goes off of Sisson into the netting. So, Blazinski with that chance. But great opportunity for Rieger and Blazinski. But Sisson this time wasn't going to let anything by him. Off the boards, Zygmunt to himself. Savoy. And Savoy couldn't get a stick on it last second to try and tap it by Alves. Here's Bradigo. On goal. And he'll hold it as Zygmunt went to the net. Faceoff will stay deep in the Ally zone. 9:33 to play, second period. Again, the Allies, without Evan Hill, 18 goals last season. Without Mike Kelsey, 13 goals last season. Without Brian Kern, on to another team, 18 goals last season. Without Brian Watrous, 9 points last season. Still a 1-1 game here. So far, so good for the Allies. They just want to keep it close and hope to have a chance to win it late. Delgado. D to D. Nice pass off the wall. Here's Herget. Herget will shoot. Miss short side. Roberts. Here's Delgado. Delgado had 4 goals last season and 12 points. That one never reached the net. Herget to Benning. AJ with a move takes a shot, and Sisson got a glove hand on it. Now we'll try and stuff it. Centering pass to Herget. Herget and AJ Benning working well. But Sisson again equal to the task. Looked like AJ was going to try and stuff that. Instead, he made a beautiful pass. So Herget coming up the middle. Now on the other end, a good close-in opportunity along the goal line extended for Big Knife. Backhand flip, slapper, and Alves the stop on Matt Roberts, who let a cannon go from just inside the blue line. Again, season opener here for both teams, just 5 days before Christmas. We wish everyone a happy and healthy holiday season here from MVP Productions. Shot on glove save, Sisson rebound try. It's in Delgado skates. Loper, nice pass up for Mazzone. Mazzone trying to get around the D, a good play. Mazzone now on his backhand. Tried to pull a forehand, could not. And a chance the other way. Good stop. Good work all the way around Jarowski to negate the chance by Mazzone, then come up with an opportunity for himself and Sisson to get a shoulder on it, as you see here, and it deflected out of play. Savoy and Blazinski on the face-off. Blazinski tried to play it over to Rieger, and Big Knife sends it down. Brian Talbot. Shot bounces wide of Alves. Benning pokes it ahead. Rieger will wind and shoot. A stick save by Sisson. Bradigo. He hit Blazinski. Rieger, she'll shoot. Savoy blocked it. Trying a little give and go action. Nice look to Bradigo. And he plays it back to his teammate. Brian Jones. Down low intended for Savoy. Instead it's Jim Benning. Nice pass off the boards. Perfectly put for Blazinski. Bradigo. It's slashed. Rieger. Blazinski's in, shoots, a pad save Sisson. Blazinski worked the ball away from Bradigo. Now he shoots another pad save Sisson, and Sisson says enough of this, and he wants a break, he wants a whistle. Bradigo had it worked away from him by Blazinski, and Blazinski and Rieger created a couple of strong opportunities down in front of Sisson, but the big goaltender keeps it a 1-1 game with 6:28 to go here in period 2. Herget wins it back. And Talbot ahead to Benning. Looking for the pad. Wow. Great play by Sisson to stay with that. That went off of Bradigo. And Sisson really had to be alert to stay with that because it completely deflected 90 degrees the other way. And that could have easily went in short side on him. But Sisson somehow kept it out. The pass was intended for a of breaking Herget coming down the far wing, and instead Bradigo nearly put it in his own net. Roberts can't get by Jim Benning. Glove down by his son AJ. Now taken over by Steve Michaud. Michaud, he'll shoot it on goal. Alves, easy stop. Benning leaves for Herget. Benning, Herget calls for it, gets the return inside the line. Herget on his backhand. Centers, and it's broken up by Savoy. Loper can't make a move around Talbot. Here's Herget. Herget tried to make a move to the middle. Centered, and that's broken up by Roberts. Dennis Loper over the line, moves to the middle, shoots and scores. Loper. That's what the Allies feared, and Loper gives Big Knife a 2-1 lead with 5:07 to play in the second period. Watch the move as he just patiently bought some time for himself, moved to the middle, nobody there except him and the goaltender Alves, and he scores stick side on the Allies goaltender to make it 2-1 Big Knife. Roberts. Good play by Riga, leaves it. Shot on, just missed, far side. Eric Lazinski. Lazinski, Herget, AJ Benning, those are the guys the Allies are going to need to put a few in the net for their team to keep this one a tight game. Michaud. Here's Mazzone. Mike puts it into the far corner. Shot deflected. Went off of Roberts. Opportunity by Jarowski. Mazzone pushes it ahead on his backhand. 1-on-2 the other way. Delgado stick saves Sisson. Mazzone took it away from Delgado. Mazzone and Loper, look out. Loper, it's Jarowski who pokes it off a Loper stick. Now the other way, Jarowski. Roberts has an equal answer for his Big Knife team. Top the circle, shooting one. Pad save Alves. Rebound try right on. Alves again. An answer. Just under 3.5 to go, second period. Return pass couldn't be controlled. Rieger knocked down. 2-on-2 for the Allies. Jarowski calling for it. He tips it just wide. Great play, Delgado to Jarowski. That was beautifully designed and just missed the short side as Sisson had to sprawl out on it. Delgado just poked that ball away from the side of his net. Backhander right on, and Sisson thought he had it, but it rolled right down his arm, and he's lucky it didn't roll in the net. Instead, it rolled off the side of the cage. Got a break there. Blazinski tries the one-timer, misses it. Michaud. Michaud slaps it on goal, stick save. Delgado, fans on it. Loper gets by 3 Allies. Loper will wind and fire wide. Bradigo. Behind the net in Gretzky's office. Comes all the way back out. Michaud, fan on it. Bradigo's got it. Whoa, it's pushed in, rolled it on goal, backhander. That was a broken play, and Benning had a great opportunity along with Jarowski. Savoy takes a spill in front. Under 2 minutes to play, second period. Backhander by Benning. Here's Savoy. Looking for Jeremy Zygmunt. Here's Herget. Herget, 3-man rush for the Allies on his backhand. May have hit the post side of that. Herget trying to get it back out in front. It's back to the point. Shot. Herget tried to deflect that one, and Sisson would gladly take a whistle. Herget had a good opportunity a few seconds earlier, just couldn't get a handle on the ball, and then he had to send it back to the point. He had wanted to come back out in front and try and put it in the other side. Sisson was slow to get across, but was unable to do so. Minute 18 to go. Herget wins it against Savoy. Slapper. Benning gets a piece of it. Got a tip. Savoy. It was Jim Benning who had taken the shot from the left point. Bradigo. Here's Benning. Herget's deep. They just recognize that, and the defenseman Brian Jones gets back. Herget trying to set a screen. A.J. Benning will shoot. Rebound is there. Up top. A.J. calling for it. Talbot got a stick in Savoy's skates, tripped them up. Final 20 seconds of the period. Herget looking for some late thunder for his team. All the way to the point. Plays it into the corner. Benning, under 10 to go. And that is going to do it in the period. So it was 1-1 going into the second, and Dennis Loper gets the only goal of the second period with 5:07 to play in it. And that's where we stand right now, a 2-1 game for Big Knife. Shots in the second period favored Big Knife, 16-14. Two-period total, 27 Allies, 26 Big Knife thus far. Again, you are watching Hockey Night at Pisa, brought to you by Memory to Video Productions. I'm Dean Cornelio. Also with us, Kevin Barbosa, Joe Quinn behind the camera, doing all the technical stuff that I have absolutely no idea how to do, nor would I. They do the difficult work here. I just chat, and happy bringing this one to you. A good rematch. Bradigo trying to get his first win against his old team. He is 11 minutes away from doing so. Delgado is out there, number 8 for the Allies, and he will have something to say about that in the final 11 minutes. Goaltenders are ready, and we are underway. Final 11. Coming to you here from Plainville Indoor Sports Arena. Sisson plays that to the corner. Roberts held up by Blazinski. Loper gets around one man, takes a shot, and we would need to see the replay on that. Shot the other way, and Sisson puts it into the netting. Let's take a look here. Did that hit inside crossbar? Tough to tell at that regular speed, but officials certainly didn't call it a goal. The Big Knife squad is not arguing, but that was close. It went in and out so fast, if it went in and out. Blocked by Loper. Loper, again, he led the league with his 15-goal season a couple seasons ago before he missed last year. Delgado gloves that one down, Joey. Nice backhand pass. Ahead to Blazinski. Michaud defending him. Stick lift. Blazinski still trying to catch up to it. Rolls it on goal. Sisson will leave it for Roberts. And nearly took out Loper, did Blazinski. Jarowski. Off the boards, look out, bad bounce for Allies, and Mike Mazzone did not get a good shot off. Mazzone not putting up much in terms of pressure thus far today. He usually puts up some big numbers, but hasn't gotten too many opportunities for himself. There's Mazzone again, had it poked away. Jarowski the other way in transition. Jarowski. Shot deflected. Jarowski. Rieger will take the shot. That goes off of A.J. Benning by Mike Mazzone. A.J. And that one got away from him. Loper. Jarowski pokes it away and sends it down the deck. The Allies have done one thing here. They've certainly kept it close. Now if they can find an offensive spark to get them going. Radigo. This one so far has been relatively tame between Radigo and Delgado and Radigo's old team, the Allies. Cleanly played. A.J. Benning, that's where he scored from in the first period, and he missed the net this time. He's got a cannon, though. Got it over top. Radigo will relieve some of the pressure. 7.5 to play, third period. Dean Cornelio, Joe Quinn, Kevin Barbosa with you here from Plainville Indoor Sports Arena. D1 roller hockey action. Allies and Big Knife. And Sisson flashes some leather down at the far end against A.J. Benning. And he shows it to him too with a little extra. So, as you see here, Herget wins it back. Slapper, and that goes in. That's the kind of bounce that the Allies needed. I think Herget's going to get credit. And with 7:12 to play, Herget, I think, got a piece. It was Talbot from the point. Herget in that big Bruins sweater in front of the cage. Sisson got a piece of it and just kind of took an awkward bounce behind him to tie the game at 2. Knocked down with a high stick by Savoy. That's negated as the Allies hutch. Talbot off the boards to A.J. Benning. Back here, Jim Benning. Talbot normally wears number 3, tonight wearing 13. Jim Benning wearing number 3 instead of his customary 56. So just trying to confuse the broadcaster up here. They're doing a pretty good job of it. Shot right on. Alves the save. No rebound with Radigo and Savoy going to the net. That shot taken by John Proleski. It's Proleski and Loper for Big Knife. A.J. Benning and Jeff Herget for the Allies thus far. That's where we stand 2-2 with 6 minutes, 30 seconds even to play in the final period. Sent down on Sisson. Radigo, nice pass to Savoy. Savoy in his backhand trying to get around Delgado. In front, look out, they score. Savoy did all the work and put home by John Proleski again for his second. So Proleski from Savoy with 6:10 to go, and a minute 2 later, it's Big Knife who answers and quickly regains that 1-goal lead. Radigo's 4-2 prediction is looking pretty good right now. And that one missed over the net. Loper with a quick release. Here's Roberts. Rieger. Sisson trying to help himself out. That one flipped all the way down. Jarowski. Michaud and Blazinski. Here's Roberts ahead for Mike Mazzone. Pass behind Loper. Blazinski gets it deep. Mazzone loves to make that move. Nice pass. Oh, and Loper missed. Good work there by those two. And Delgado will backhand it down the deck. Out of danger as he gave the goaltender Alves back his stick. He had lost it in that exchange as Mazzone and Loper were bearing in on him. Roberts just missed short side. Here's a pass. Whoa, pinball in front of the net. 2 bangs at it, and a great play by Cole Jarowski to tie up the stick of Matt Roberts. We'll see it in front, because if Roberts gets that stick loose, it's a goal. Here it is. Right there, and he ties up the stick, lifts it, and backhands it out. So, great play to keep it a 1-goal game. AJ Benning. AJ. Under 4 minutes to play in regulation. Misses wide. Delgado. Zone works it away. Those two acting like they have swords in their hands. Mazzone, one of his better opportunities of the night. AJ Benning on his backhand, a forehand, and he just missed stick side. AJ, some excellent opportunities aside from the goal he scored in the first period. Here's another one, and that's blocked by Michaud. How about another? Jarowski will shoot. Wrong net over the glass and a whistle. So 3:13 to play. Regulation time. See if the Allies are going to use their timeout. You would think at some point here pretty soon they'll consider, oh, they've already used it, excuse me. They used it in the first period to give their goaltender Alves the opportunity to get out here without any damage against the team in terms of goals against. So the Allies do not have any timeouts remaining. I am corrected. So that could work against them. Jarowski tried to drop it. AJ Benning, here's Herget. Can't get a handle. Jim Benning, soft pass for Herget. Across the crease. Radigo to Savoy. 2:40 to go. Savoy with the shot from the crazy angle that Alves got a piece of. Just throw it on net, you never know. That's what Savoy did, and he nearly got a gift. Here's Jarowski. 2 men on him. Benning lifts the stick, but a favorable Big Knife bounce, and they send it down. Jarowski over here for Jim Benning. That's Herget. Savoy. Here's Pileski. He'll take the shot. Knocked down. Or shouldered down by Alves. The Allies need to gain control of the ball here. They keep giving it back to Big Knife. There's under 2 minutes to go in regulation. Time is not on their side. And that's not going to help as Loper controls it. Nice pass, one-timer right on. Alves to stop. Bradigo would have liked to put the dagger in his old team's heart. That would have been the 4-2 two-goal advantage and the exact prediction that he made before this one started. Look out! Oh, Sisson got across. A.J. Benning with a great opportunity. One of the best chances of the night. And we'll see it again as A.J. had to kind of come back for that. As Blazinski got it deep, he played it off the back wall, and it was a favorable carom right to Benning, but Sisson quick to get over to keep that one out of the net with 1:16 to play. Blazinski shot blocked. Jarowski intercepts that. Jarowski over to Benning. Oh! Pass in front. Loper is there to intercept. And he flips it down. Alves leaves it for Delgado. Mazzone backing off. Final 45 seconds. Benning overleads Jarowski. Roberts is back for it. Alves coming to the bench. Here comes Herget. Herget is out. Extra man is on. Shot. Rebound. Oh. Sisson a great stop on the chance there. And now he'll cover up for the whistle. Faceoff will remain deep in the Big Knife zone. 3-2. 26 seconds to go. A couple of real good opportunities here. That last one by Jarowski, as you just see in your picture. And Sisson covered up the rebounds. Slapper right on, glove save, Sisson. Delgado had it labeled top corner, glove side. But the big mitt was there to deny him. 22 to play. Blazinski, again, clean win. A.J. Benning. Roberts. Mazzone will get it out, and 10 seconds left. They're going to have to hurry. One last rush. 5 to go. A.J. with it. 3, 2, turnover. And that'll do it. Benning couldn't get a shot off. Couldn't get it down there. Mike Mazzone threw it back into the Ally zone, and time runs out in this one. A real good one. A little closer than we might have suspected. Allies fall at the Big Knife 3-2, but they can't be too disappointed about this one. Big Knife got 2 goals from John Pileski and 1 from Loper. Allies get a goal from A.J. Benning and Jeff Herget. Both nice additions. Third period shots favor Big Knife 14-13. Total in the game 42-40, favoring the looks like 40-40 by my count, actually. So 40 shots apiece. Goaltenders were busy, and Big Knife skates away with their first win of the season. So we'll be back to wrap it up in just a moment. Big Knife 3-2 win over the Allies. All right, so Big Knife, a successful opening game for themselves, winning over the Allies by a score of 3-2. A real good one, though. We talked in the opening about, is it going to be the Allies' defense or the Big Knife offense really gaining a hold of this game. And for the most part, the Allies defense did a good job containing Big Knife's high-powered offense. You got to think, I quite honestly didn't expect it to be this close. Bradigo predicted a 4-2 win. I thought that was a little conservative, looking at who the Allies were missing tonight. 3 of their top scorers and a 4th who's left the team. And really, A.J. Benning, Jeff Herget filled in nicely as Joey Delgado had hoped. And they kept it real close and respectable. Both goalies very busy, 40 shots apiece for each team. And Mike Bradigo, though, finally gets some bragging rights. So congratulations to Bradigo. He was right. Joey will lose this one. So that's going to wrap it up from here. Again, Proleski with a pair for Big Knife, and that's not the guy you expect to beat you. You might expect Loper or Mazzone. It was Proleski who stepped up and got 2 goals for Big Knife in this one in the win. It should be a really good season series, and it should be a good battle between both teams. And we expect big things from both of these teams, especially when both are at full strength. So that's going to wrap it up from here. For Joe Quinn and Kevin Barbosa behind the camera, I am Dean Cornelio. Good night from Plainville once again. Tonight's final score, Big Knife 3, Allies 2. Good night, everybody.